Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are pulling back the curtain on this invisible force that pretty much connects everything you do online.
So let's kick things off with a little thought experiment. You pay for your morning coffee with your phone, right? And then later tonight, you're going to stream a movie. What on earth is the link between those two things? I mean, they seem totally unrelated.
Well, the answer is this hidden piece of tech that you're using dozens, maybe even hundreds of times a day without even realizing it. They're called APIs. And honestly, they are the invisible engine that makes our whole digital world go round.
Okay, so to really get a grip on what an API is, let's just walk through a few things you do every single day. I promise you, you'll be surprised at just how often they pop up. So think about it. What do all these everyday actions have in common? Let's look at a few examples of these APIs just quietly doing their thing in the background.
Okay, picture this. You're shopping online, you find something you want, and you hit that Pay with PayPal button. Now, here's the magic. The store's website never sees your actual PayPal details. Nope. Instead, it just sends a little message, an API request, over to PayPal that basically says, hey, this person wants to pay you this much. PayPal does all the heavy lifting securely on its end, and then just sends a simple all-good confirmation back to the store.
And it's the exact same idea when you're streaming. You fire up Netflix on your TV, or your phone, or your laptop, it doesn't matter which. The app immediately uses APIs to talk to the Netflix servers. It says, hey, it's me, confirms your account, and then makes sure that movie is streamed in the perfect format for your specific screen. It's all seamless thanks to APIs.
Or how about checking the weather? Your phone app isn't some tiny personal meteorologist sitting in your pocket, right? Of course not. It's making a quick API call to a huge weather service, asking, what's the forecast for this location? And then boom, it just displays the answer for you. Simple.
So you see the pattern here? In all of these cases, the API is just a messenger, a go-between. The best analogy is a waiter at a restaurant. You don't go into the kitchen to tell the chef how to cook your meal. You just give your order to the waiter, they take it to the kitchen, and they bring back your food. The API is the waiter for the digital world. It's a set of rules that lets different programs talk without needing to know all the messy, complicated stuff about how the other one works.
All right, so now we know what they do, but here's the thing. Not all APIs are built the same. Kind of like languages. They come in different flavors, each with its own set of rules and, what it's best at. We're going to dive into the three big ones you hear about: SOAP, REST, and GraphQL.
And for a developer, picking the right one is absolutely crucial. It's really just about using the right tool for the right job. You're not going to use a sledgehammer to hang a picture, right? Same idea. You need to balance things like performance, security, and how flexible you need to be.
So let's break them down. You've got SOAP. Think of SOAP as like the super formal, old-school diplomat in a suit. It's very structured, very secure, which is exactly why big enterprise systems, banks, healthcare, they still rely on it. Then there's REST. REST is basically the king of the modern web. It's flexible, it's way easier to work with, and it powers pretty much every web and mobile app you touch. And then you have GraphQL. This one is the super efficient specialist. Its superpower is that it lets an app ask for exactly the data it needs and nothing more. This is a total game changer for mobile apps because it saves data and battery life.
Okay, so we've got these different flavors, but what actually makes an API good? It's not enough for it to just work. It has to be predictable, it has to be reliable, and it definitely has to be secure. And to make that happen, developers follow some really important rules of the road. First up, for REST APIs, they use standard web commands as their verbs. This makes them super predictable. A GET request? That always means read or fetch data. POST? That's for creating something new. PUT is for updating what's already there. And delete? Well, you can guess that one. This shared language is absolutely fundamental.
And here's a really cool kind of weird principle: statelessness. Just imagine you're having a conversation with someone who has total amnesia. Every single time you speak, you have to reintroduce yourself and give them all the context. That's how these servers work. They forget you the instant the request is over. Now, that might sound inefficient, but it's actually brilliant. It means each request is self-contained, which makes the whole system simpler and way easier to scale up to millions of users. And of course, security is everything. Think about when you see log in with Google on a new app. You're not actually giving that app your Google password, thankfully. Instead, you're telling Google, hey, it's cool, you can give this app a temporary key. It's like a valet key for your car. It lets the app do very specific things on your behalf for a short amount of time, but it never gets the master key. Your real password stays safe and sound with Google.
So because developers follow these smart rules, APIs have become so much more than just a tool for programmers. They've actually become the foundation of a whole new API economy. And this is totally changing the game for how businesses operate.
Yeah, this quote really nails it. For a long time, companies hoarded their data and services, keeping them locked up. But now, the smart ones see APIs as the key to unlock all that value. It lets them create new partnerships, build amazing new products, and just innovate way faster by plugging into what other companies are doing.
And there's no better example of this than open banking. In Europe, new rules actually force banks to open up their data, with your permission, of course, using secure APIs. This means other companies like budgeting apps or new payment services can connect directly to your bank account.
Okay, now this might look a little complicated, but what it's showing is actually a super streamlined way to pay for stuff. Instead of pulling out a credit card, a third-party app can use an API to initiate a payment directly from your bank to the merchant. It's fast, it's secure, and it often means lower fees, which is a big win for small businesses.
And this isn't just a European thing. This idea is spreading like wildfire all over the world. The US, Canada, Mexico, Singapore, Australia, everyone is jumping on this. They're all using APIs to give you more control over your own financial data, and in the process, kicking off this massive wave of innovation.
So, what's the big takeaway here? It's pretty simple, actually. APIs are the essential but totally invisible connective tissue of our digital lives. They are the glue holding everything together, from the weather app on your phone to the entire modern economy. I mean, they've already completely transformed how we shop, how we bank, how we do, well, everything. Which leaves us with a really exciting final thought. As this invisible web of APIs connects every single part of our world, what incredible new connections will they build for our future?